It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and it's Walkabout Wednesday in my backyard Vista garden. So, this morning I did a talk and a PowerPoint presentation for the Point Loma Garden Club. Lovely ladies. I just showcased some of my designs, showed some before and afters. I don't do a lot of those anymore because I'd forgotten how time consuming they were. But I'm glad I did. Greg went with me and helped me and ran the audio visual. And I always panic a little bit when I have to do anything other than work because I have virtually no wardrobe. All my clothes are designed for Serenity shirts and jeans with holes in them. So I managed to pull this ensemble together out of the bowels of my closet. And yeah, not hating it. So in other news, last night the skies opened here in Vista. We started to get some rumbling thunder, some lightning flashes, and then the heavens opened and we got rain. I mean, big rain drops for a good 10 minutes, which is a significant rain event here in San Diego, particularly this time of year. So I thought it would be fun to come out and see how the garden held up after all that deluge of rain. I didn't know it was going to do it, so all my cushions and pillows got really wet. So I'm trying to dry those out right now. And the xeriscape I was so happy that rain happened because, you know, succulents prefer rainwater to any other kind. And just knowing that these plants, which I haven't hit with a hose since the beginning of time, since we moved in here, were getting irrigated. Our little basin was getting filled for the fountain. It was just such a good feeling. Everything has been washed off and looks so pretty and so lively. Those of you that have in Florida and other places where you have regular rain events and water can pool in the joints of your plants, you can take a leaf blower and blow that water out if you're concerned at all about rot. I saw a video, it's like a short or a reel or something on social media of somebody doing that, and I thought that was pretty genius. Let's see how the sand held up, our beach. You all were concerned about how this would hold up in the rain, as was I, because there is no drainage in here. The sand is put down on pure poured concrete. But take a look.
You can see the pots from the raindrops.
Yeah, you can see where the rain hit pretty hard. Oh, there's another little lizard. And I see a little bit of sand on the patio, on the tiles. Right, Greg? Mm-hmm. But nothing major, right? We didn't have any significant runoff at all. So I think I'm encouraged by that. Really encouraged by that. Let's see what's growing on over here. So how do you guys use limes in your daily life? I would be really interested to know what, if you've got recipes or ideas, because this has got hundreds of them on it. And I can see that they're they're going to ripen up here probably within the next couple of months. And I don't want to throw them away. So what do you do? How do you use limes? Dish. All righty. Let's see. Oh, we finished up in Temecula yesterday did the grand reveal yesterday. And tomorrow we are going to be heading over to our landlord's place and we're going to be doing a little installation there with plants that she's collected. She got really inspired when I put this garden in and she went and made some trips to Waterwise and collected some plants. And then life happened and she didn't get them in the ground. So she asked me to come over and help out. So I'm going to try my very best to work with what she purchased and put it into her flower beds. We'll see how far we get. It should be a really fun installation. Yeah, I just see, I don't know, maybe it's my imagination, but I just feel like everything looks good, especially good after the rain. Everything is clean, all the dust has been rinsed off. Everything looks so perky. Let's see what's happening over here. I was so concerned about my blue atolls, these guys here. I have so many of them in this garden. And this is one of my favorite hen and chick echeverias. Look at that precious little bloom. Isn't that so sweet? And I just could never find this plant. I used to get it at Miramar nurseries before they were the Village. And I could get it in like 3-gallon tubs there. And then it just disappeared off the planet until Waterwise started carrying them in 1-gallon cans. So I bought a lot of them. You can see over here, come around this way, Greg, over here. And you can see here the chicks on this one. See that? How cute that is. So like an imbricata, look at that. A gardener, dirt under the nails. Oh geez, I probably should have cleaned those before my talk. Oh well. You can see that this is going to be a clumping echeveria. But I was so concerned when we had the heat wave. They were looking really sad, and I thought, oh my gosh, those aren't going to make it. But they have. It's just going to be really interesting to see what this garden does this fall. This euphorbia has grown dramatically since we moved here to Vista. It's been in this pot. You know, I started it in this pot in Chula Vista, but it was not this happy. Really, really happy plant. I think, maybe it's my imagination, but I think we're getting some more pink spots on this Mangave kaleidoscope. Doesn't it look like it's coloring up better? A lot of little cobwebs on here. Yep, look at that, the margins there. This is supposed to be really dark pink, these spots. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that. Yeah, all of the Millii are doing great. The Harmsii are getting ready to go off. Yep, really, really happy with how everything is looking in this garden. And look, you know, even after that downpour, I didn't spray any wet look at all on any of this rock. And I've got Creva and 3/8, and I've got all of these elevations and cliffs and drop-offs, and everything just stayed. Oh, no, it didn't. Look here. I had some runoff of my white Creva right here. See, that's dirt showing right there. So my solution will be to stage a few more little rocks, or another rock or two, maybe just one, maybe another piece of lava right here, because this obviously is just a little too steep and we're having some runoff. But that's really it. I don't see any other issues anywhere with the rock. I'm also really, really pleased with the fact that I have had to deal with so few weeds. And remember, we didn't put any fabric down at all. And there had been a lawn here for decades. But yeah, it's been a piece of cake. This little arrangement right here was what was in the rusted out toolbox. This Haworthii and this Echeveria, this crenunculated Gibbophilora hybrid. Yeah, Greg says it's really grown. It looks a little ratty though, so I need to deal with that. I'll move. Let's see, how will I deal with this? I think I like the Echeveria. It looks really happy. These sedums look really happy. The Haworthia, you know, it's not the most spectacular of the aeoniums, but it's happy. It's just getting a little leggy. So I'll yank it out and I'll trim it and I'll reset it as cuttings. I think now would be an absolutely fine time to do that as the weather starts to cool down and the nights get shorter. We shouldn't have any problem, because this gapping with the, you know, another alternative would be to take other plants and shove them in the gap. I could do that too. I might do that. You know, we'll see what I have laying around that I want to work with. You know what? I think I will do that. I'll find something that I can stick in here to cover up the dirt, because I like the way this is presenting right here. I'm really curious to see what this guy's going to do. He's very happy to be here, just happy to be here. Oh yeah, and then my little Yeah. Nope, this is dry. Greg says, is your butt gonna get wet? Nope, this is dry. This, if you don't have a place to sit in your garden, make one. Pull it, bring a chair out. This is a completely different experience from this perspective. And it's so important for the enjoyment of, for your enjoyment, to be able to see your garden at different perspectives. I also like that this rocks. It's very, very soothing. This is my favorite. This is my happy place right here. Also, this little corner gets shady earlier in the day. So it's just really pleasant. I could just literally take a nap. I have a virtual consultation though this afternoon, so I cannot go to sleep yet. I have to stay awake. I have to stay sharp from a virtual. All right. Let's see here. Nothing really of note. This was another area of concern with the rain, but these eaves did a really good job last night of protecting. You know, we had the windows open and we had our slider open and it was pouring, but it did not a drop of water got inside the house. These eaves do a really good job. So I don't think that this really got hit with very much rain, most likely. Okay, then I've also noticed that on the lemon tree, in the past, I have been pretty vigilant about clipping off new suckery growth, but I'm gonna allow some of this new branching. And I'm pleased to see that the new leaves are not curling. They're very green. They're very healthy looking. That gives me hope because this situation here, the leaf curl, and thanks guys for all of you that explained to me what this most likely was. Most likely just from my infrequent watering. I haven't been very faithful with the watering, and with all that heat that we had, the plant was more sensitive than it probably would have normally been. See here, you can see here too, the leaf curl and then the yellowing too of the leaves. So I did do more worm castings about a week ago on this. And I'm really pleased. Remember not that long ago when it had 0 fruits? And then it started to set and I was so concerned that, okay, so it's set doesn't mean that they're gonna stay on the tree. But these are like legit Meyer lemons. This is why I don't wear jewelry. They're big. They're really big. I'm very pleased. We'll see how this goes. Generally speaking, this tree has not looked this good in a really long time. Some of you were asking me about the grapefruit and the graptosedum that were in this pot. The graptosedum are really the reason why I didn't just say good night to this grapefruit tree. The grapefruit's a mess. There's basically nothing happening, although I think it's gonna come out of it. I really still do. 1, 2, 3, 4 really healthy big branches, and I just have visions of this part of the tree flourishing, and then all my graptosedum ghosties filling this up and cascading down the side of the pot. And I've got, look at this new growth. Look at that, there, that's huge. This one here. I can tell the new ones because they're really pink, where the veterans that have been in the pot since I moved it from Chula Vista are more blue. Then I also popped in a couple of sedum cuttings that rotted. See there? There's just nothing left of that. Not happy at all, sorry. So just take those out. I tried, it didn't work. So yes, all of this new pink growth, this thing has decided, okay, this is where it's in the acceptance phase, and it's accepted its new home, and next Walkabout Wednesday, this thing is gonna be absolutely prolific. I did notice that this blue atoll looks kind of lame. See this one? It's still kind of leathery, it looks stressed. Let me dig around here. Because it is under the eaves, it might not have got, I might need to water this one. Yeah, it's dry. Yikes. Let's do that. Let's give that little guy some water. Okay, I'm going to set this to shower. The roots on this plant are about this deep. So by just giving it that much water, I have probably penetrated about a quarter of an inch of the surface of the soil. So I want to be a little more generous here. Ooh, let's rinse this off too. This is called Utah ice, this rock. Isn't that gorgeous? Got that at KRC. Okay, I want to make sure that this is getting, now that, you know, we're not worried about the heat, we're not worried about dormancy, I want to make sure that this water gets down to where it needs to go. And then we'll check back in on this next week and see if it isn't all nice and perked up. But that should be sufficient for that plant. All right. Okay. Alrighty then, and I wanted to show you a picture of this cactus bloom. It was so spectacular, but I never was able to get it again. And it's done now, so I'll just wait on another bloom and try to do better to get a picture of it for all of you. So that's that. I'll bring you with me tomorrow when we go over to our landlord so that you can see what's up over there. Until then, thanks for following. Thank you for subscribing, for participating in our breast cancer pink fund. The shop, my DFS store, which I will link in the description of this video, all of the proceeds from the shop are going to go to Pink Fund. Teespring gives me a small percentage of the proceeds, and I want to make a significant contribution. So screw the 20%. We'll just... You guys have bought like 69 things. Thank you so much. You've been terrific. But for those of you that haven't yet that want to support me, well, actually support the Pink Fund, now's your chance. So this has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with Walkabout Wednesday and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.